Welcome to the Beard Me That Beard podcast. I'm David.
And I'm Sam.
And welcome to episode number 15.
Is it really?
Yes, 15.
Jesus.
Second in the series of COVID-19.
Yeah, this is another of our remote podcasts.
Remote podcast. We're not going to give up. You will not defeat us, COVID-19.
It's getting rough though.
Yeah, it's kind of weird not having Sam over here.
Yeah, and it takes some adjusting. I don't know.
Yeah, definitely not the same.
It's weird. I was like, I don't know if everyone is dealing with the same struggles or not. I mean, we probably are, being cooped up at home. Like, I haven't shaved. I actually have a beard today. So
nice.
Yeah. I mean, kind of. It's like a baby beard. It's a baby beard.
It's coming in. And I still have my beard, and I haven't shaved off the top of my beard right here at the growth part.
Exactly the same.
Yeah, it sucks. And that's why we're going to talk more about movies that you're probably watching during this epidemic. And
this will be we'll try and talk about something else next week, so it's not just movies for like 4 or 5 weeks.
Next week it'll just be Netflix TV series.
Oh, great. Maybe not. We'll see.
Yeah. But we've both been watching a lot of movies recently, so we thought it'd be best.
Yes.
But first, the beer that we are drinking, and
it's slim pickings this week again.
I found some beer because I went to the store. I had to.
Oh, did you?
We had to. We had
You're
no
breaking
choice.
Quarantine, David.
I had to.
Beer is not essential.
Yes, it is.
I mean, for our purposes, but it's not.
So I have from Temecula, California, Garage Brewing Company. They established in 2013.
Did they?
Yeah, in a 8-bay garage at the end of Old Town Temecula near Temecula Valley Wine Country. They got a pizza thing too, so they make fresh pizza there. And during this whole crisis, they are still open. And every time I go to the store, this Ralph's, I see this beer, and I never once got it. But today's the day. I got their Marshmallow Milk Stout, 7.1%. Hopefully, it tastes good.
Okay.
And then this one I'm stoked about because I love Hatch Chilies. This is a Hatch Chili IPA.
A Hatch Chili?
Yeah.
What's a Hatch Chili?
A chili.
Yeah, but why the Hatch part?
Because that's the name of it.
Was it made under like a compressed door or something?
A hatch?
A hatch, yeah.
No,
was it made in a hatch?
I'm assuming that's what they named it.
Or was it hatched?
Maybe.
Was it like birthed from an egg?
Egg chilies. Egg and chilies is pretty good.
Yeah, sure.
For the most part, I think it's going to taste a lot like the Ballast Point Sculpin habanero one, but I like Hatch chilies a lot, so I chose those two.
I was going to say, like, not all chilies are made equally.
No.
Some are better.
Some are better.
Yeah.
What are you drinking?
Me? I am on... I lucked out because I thought I would have to drink that Stone one that I had last week, but I actually found another beer in the house. So I have the Barrio Lager from Thorn.
Thorn Brewery.
Yeah, from Thorn. 12 fluid ounces.
12 floss.
4.5%. Yeah, 12 floss. Yeah, a Baja style lager. So that's what I'm drinking today. Interesting.
It's a 4.5%, you said?
Yeah, so it's probably water, but whatever.
Yeah, well, more crispy.
Crispy. If it's crispy, I don't mind crispy.
Yeah, it's going to be crispy and probably a lot of flavor.
I don't. Okay, hold on. The quote on the can is "Arriba, abajo, al centro y para dentro." Is that good?
I don't even.
I don't know if I'm being sarcastic. That's from Senor Ralph.
Was that Spanish?
I mean, I don't know. Probably not what I was saying, but I'm pretty sure the can says it.
Cool.
Crisp, light, and refreshing.
Well, I'm going to try my marshmallow stout first.
Okay, I'll wait for you.
No, go ahead.
Well, I mean, I'll crack it open, but I'm gonna wait till you sip. My nails.
Ooh. Oh my god, it does have a marshmallow taste. That's so crazy.
Is it?
Yeah, so like when
I'll just have to take your word for it.
When the marshmallow is gooey, like in a s'more, not the crispy part, but the like really soft gooey part.
The soft, gooey. Well, is there a hard, just tough part of a marshmallow?
Well, in a s'more, like the outside's crispy and burnt.
Yeah, because it's a cracker.
Because it gets burnt.
Because it's a cracker.
Because you burn the outside so the inside gets melted.
What? Do you not know what a s'more is?
Yeah,
there
the
are
marshmallow
layers.
gets
It's
like
not just
brown
marshmallow.
and dark and crispy.
That's
yes or
chocolate.
No? Yes or no?
It's the chocolate. I don't know what you're talking about.
Anyways, this tastes
don't believe
great.
you.
It's got a coffee, roasty chocolate taste to it too.
Okay.
Delicious. Fuck. Damn.
How many stars?
How many stars?
How many stars would you give it? This arbitrary new rating system.
I know,
just
like
made
we've
today?
never really done that. I would give it 4 out of 5.
Out of 100?
Literally said
4 out of 5 out of 100.
Out of 100.
All right.
Out of 17.
Okay, cool. I like it. 4 out of 17. Perfect.
No, 4 out of 5.
4 out of 5 out of 17. All right. I'm gonna try this this lager then. Hold on. Yep. It tastes like many beers I've had before. It's fine.
Nothing special.
Nothing special. It's well, it tastes better than a Bud Light, so
That's not saying a lot, but
it's not saying a
yes.
lot, but it feels like in the neighborhood of. So but I don't know. I don't think this beer is trying to be much more than that anyway, so
Beer's beer.
beer's beer. Local independent beer.
They got a maple bacon breakfast stout. Ooh.
Baja style lager. It's easy to drink and perfect for the beach.
Oh no, it's a dark lager.
I don't know. This is saying it's good for a perfect drink at the beach on a summer day, but you're not really supposed to drink in public, right?
Yeah, you're not.
Yeah. Well, good job.
Your private beach. All right, I'm gonna try the IPA really quick.
Okay, you do that. I'm just gonna keep going down on this thing. Poor choice of words.
That is super. Ooh, so good. So it's spicy without the heat part. So, like if you
What?
have like a spicy salsa, you get a real sting of heat. This is just kind of like a stretched out spiciness.
Okay, like compare it to like something you would eat.
It doesn't taste like hot sauce. It doesn't taste like chili hatch like salsa, but it's got a really long stretch of spiciness.
So there's a length of time of spice.
Yeah, it doesn't hit right away. It's like a soft roll. It's a crescendo, a very slow
Wow.
crescendo of it.
Wow. Let me just break out my musical thesaurus and dictionary of terms.
Slow build up.
You mean it gets louder?
It
gets louder?
It becomes I guess I taste more of it, but not stronger.
Now, would you say it's more of like a legato kind of feel or like staccato?
Legato.
Is it like does it start from like a mezzo forte to like a fortissimo?
I would say piano to mezzo forte.
pianissimo.
Yeah, pianissimo.
All right, cool.
Okay, that's enough of that.
Lovely.
All right, so let's tell the folks what we're talking about today.
So we're still not even 100% certain on the particular topic.
There is
we're
a
talking-
general umbrella.
We are talking movie sequels today. So I kind of am approaching it like, I don't know, are you doing like a top situation over on your end?
I'm not doing my 5 favorite, but these are very good sequels that I enjoyed.
Good sequels. So like what do you define as like a good sequel?
better than the original, which is very difficult.
Okay. See, I also decided to say like good noteworthy sequels, movies I would feel confident recommending. I wouldn't say necessarily better than an original, but I would say like lived up to expectations, or was just like,
or continued the story arc.
Continued the story, or like decided to do something like a little bit different, but like still kind of like kept the tone. So
Yeah, I mean that's why you like them.
yeah, so you know,
I picked
just
these,
generally
yeah,
good movies.
yeah. Mine are good movies. One has an unfair advantage, but we'll get to that.
Well, okay, we'll see if David picked crowd favorites or not. So
Why don't you go first then?
all right, number 1, The Santa Claus 2, Tim Allen. No, I'm just kidding. I didn't pick that. Home Alone. No, actually, that's pretty good too. But that's not on my list. So I'm gonna go with a couple. Why are you laughing?
I was really hoping you would talk about Santa Claus too.
It's Santa Claus 2. I haven't even seen it. Did you know there's a third one?
Yeah, the Jack Frost one.
No, I thought that was the second one.
Is it? I thought.
Oh wait, no, it is. Why are we?
The third
about
one. Then there's Jack Frost's
movies.
Revenge. I think. I think
Was that the Michael Keaton Jack Frost?
I don't know.
Okay.
Michael Keaton.
Or maybe it's that serial killer one.
No, it's the serial, the snowman one.
Yeah. So I picked a couple that I think a lot of people would probably have them on their list, and then a few maybe that I feel deserve some more attention. So my number 1, I picked Aliens, James Cameron from 1986.
Is that the second one?
Pretty good sequel. It's the second one. Yeah. So starring Sigourney Weaver.
That's that Winona Ryder.
No, that. Wow, we don't talk about that one. Everything after 2, not. It's a gray area. It's a slippery slope talking about the Alien sequels. But the second one's really good. Sigourney Weaver, Lance Henriksen, Michael Biehn, and Bill Paxton. Game over, man.
Bill.
You've seen that? Yeah. Did you know he is one of, I think it's like two total people that have been killed on screen by an alien, a predator, and a Terminator?
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. That's a short list of people.
Yeah,
it's like people that walked on the moon. But
more important though.
More important. I can name people on this list. I know, like it's like Buzz Aldrin.
Is
and
this
Neil Armstrong
the aliens with the dog alien?
No. Why? Stop talking about the worst ones. Why? And actually, it wasn't a dog. It is a dog, but in like the better cut, it's like an ox or like a bison. It comes out of in the third one. You don't even know what I'm talking about.
No, I remember the dog gets eaten or taken over. Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Okay, let's talk about aliens.
But aliens, famously, after the first Alien movie was a big success, the studio was scrambling to think of ideas for second one. So they brought in James Cameron, and they were like, "Oh my gosh, we have so many ideas about what to do with this one, but we don't know what we want to do." And then in the middle of this big meeting that they had, James Cameron famously just goes up. They have Alien on the whiteboard, and then he just goes up and puts an S on the end of it. And he's like, "There's your movie." Yeah. And so it's pretty cool. I was like, wow, so simple. It's awesome. But like, yeah, so they kind of traded up genres a little bit, which is, I think, why it resonates with a lot of people. Because the first movie, also a big favorite of mine, was more of a horror style movie, kind of like space horror. But they decided to go in a different direction with this one, made it more action centric. It's just a war movie. I don't know. Ripley's super badass. It's pretty cool. Really, really like it. Have you seen that movie?
I have. I've seen all of them. Mm-hmm. This is the one where they find people in cocoons.
Yes, this is one of the ones where they find people.
This is the queen. The queen.
Yeah,
one.
this was the introduction of the queen.
Yeah.
which was.
And then there's that really annoying little girl, right?
She's not annoying.
She's so.
They
annoying.
mostly come out at night. Mostly. She's fine, but yeah, I really like that movie. The Marines are Marines. I don't know if you've seen Halo. It's just those people. Seen or played Halo. They're the same people.
Yeah.
in fact, what's it? Johnson is pretty much Apone from this movie. Just loud, angry drill sergeant guy.
Hoorah!
But yeah. So I think what was it? I think this came out. I want to say like 7 years after the first one. So Aliens 79. This one's 86. Yeah, I don't know. They like expanded on a lot of ideas from the first one. Where like in the first movie, it's like it's just one alien and they don't really know too much about it, and then they kind of go into detail about how they work. Like so, find out that it's like they kind of work almost like ants, where it's like a colony of them. And of course, there's the Big Queen, which was like a new idea from this one that James Cameron made up.
Yes.
Yeah. Very, very special effects / visual effects. Heavy movie. I don't know. I don't want to go on too long about it, but
it's a good movie. I like it.
Yeah.
Unlike Sam, I actually enjoy every movie because it's action-y and there's aliens and guns. So I'm not, when it comes to that kind of movie, I'm not, the standards is just entertain me.
I also like the rest of the sequels, or just, I like the franchise as a whole, but it's kind of all over the place.
Yeah.
I like different entries for different reasons, but this one, I think, this and the first one, I say are like legitimately good movies, so.
Especially having to come after the first Alien, which was incredible.
Which was like a big sleeper success that nobody thought was going to do anything. Yeah. That was like the studio was like, this was right after the first Star Wars came out, so studios were like, "Oh, space is hot right now. What scripts do we have?" And then this one got like fast tracked into production. They're like, "Oh, okay, wow, it's not Star Wars, but that's also really good." So
yeah, I mean, just looking at the notes here, budget was $18 million, and it box office at 183.
Success.
Yeah, success.
Big success. Big money.
Big
Cash
money. Show me the money. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's mine. And I feel like most people have seen it. So, woo.
All right. Speaking of space, we'll just go to my movie, and it's also in space.
Ooh.
Yeah. It's
space.
It's not an argument or a debate. It is the greatest Star Wars movie of all time.
All right, pick your words.
The Empire Strikes Back.
Ooh.
I've talked to multiple people and had multiple discussions with the people who actually care about the franchise beyond the movies. And most of the time, 99% of the time, they all agree with me. Empire Strikes Back is the best Star Wars movie.
Mm-hmm. Now, are we talking like 90s special editions or like the original theatrical cuts?
I mean, good luck finding the theatrical cut unless you bought it.
Or you have the laser disc.
Yeah, you bought it. Right now,
what do they call it? The weird rebuild.
That whole trilogy has been redone, so we can't really, unless you bought it back then on VHS. You're not going to see the theatrical cut.
It's funny. I think I still so I forget which channel it was, but growing up, like I think I still have like my TV edit recording of it. Yeah, I think it was like on like UPN or something like that. But good movie.
Yeah. As a kid, I would like just rent it, like when there was Blockbuster. I would be like, go to the Friday night, get a game, get a movie, and I'd get Empire Strikes Back and some video game. But I would get this. This is another one where I would just watch it every weekend for a couple months. Great movie. Great second act because it was, at the time most movies were, hey, good guy meets bad guy. Bad guy does something to kind of win, but then good guy comes back and wins at the end of the movie. This is the opposite. This is the entire time the Empire is just raining down on this poor Rebel Alliance. Like they are running away because they just can't fight the Empire. And you really see that instead of in New Hope, where it was like definitely like hey, good guy,
Complete movie.
yeah. Sees bad guy does something, good guy blows up bad guy's spaceship. So that was the formula. This one was the complete opposite. Like they just could not get their one up on the Empire. And then arguably one of the best twists of all time, Darth Vader telling Luke that he is his father.
Often parodied
Yeah.
or referenced. Yeah.
Yeah. But it was like just like a good kept secret. But apparently the original actor for Darth Vader said it in a radio show like 2 months before they started writing it. So he had guessed, oh yeah, I totally guessed that Darth Vader is going to be Luke's father. And everyone's like, oh, he just guessed it because they had not even started writing it. But great story, great way to do it. And I love how they dive more into the Force and connections and destiny, because in the Star Wars universe, that's basically the basis of the Force, Like how Clone Wars does such a good job introducing the weird part of the Force, the more kind of religion aspect, or the higher power aspect. But I love that movie. I love Mark Hamill, Harrison Ford, Carrie Fisher, Billy D. Williams.
Billy D. That was his introduction.
Yeah.
And Yoda. First
Yoda,
appearance from Yoda.
Yeah.
Pretty cool stuff. And I would say it was the introduction for Boba Fett, but it was not actually. So
Yeah.
that horrible holiday special.
Yeah, Boba Fett. Yeah, it's just overall a really good movie. Lots, just a good plot. Very easy to follow. But just a lot of also smoke and mirrors. Who's with who? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and then this one was like the first one to like split up the main group too. So
Yeah. You were alone. You kind of felt what Luke was doing, and
yeah.
even with all the lightsaber fighting, with the new ones, you have a lot of CGI and stunts that can be done. Back then, they didn't. It's like they have to just kind of make the choreography look good, but the emotion from the fighting too.
Right.
And that's my first one. Probably my favorite sequel of all time.
Your favorite?
My favorite sequel of all time.
Okay.
There's a couple on here that are really, really good, and there might be another one that I like just as much, but this is a good one.
Well, cool. Cool, Betty. All right. Let me see. Sister Act 2. Back in the Habit. No, I'm just kidding. I actually do like that movie.
I've never seen either Sister Act.
You haven't seen it?
No.
I mean, they're just singing movies. I don't know. I don't really know Whoopi Goldberg from many things, but I do know her from those. Okay. So I'm gonna go with a much more recent movie, which did not do so hot when it hit the theater, but I feel like it's kind of cult status at this point. Which is kind of ironic because the movie it is a sequel to also similar kind of thing going on. But I picked Blade Runner 2049. Did you see that movie?
I did.
Yeah. 2017, director Denis Villeneuve. I'm sorry. That's probably disrespectful, but I don't know how to say your name. I don't know. So you seen it? What did you think?
Not being the giant Blade Runner head, because you are right, the first one has a giant following. And I watched it like 2 or 3 times, and it's entertaining, but it's kind of like, I feel it's kind of like Westworld to me, where it's just like, okay, robots, and they have free will, and but how did they get free will? It's too unbelievable to me a little bit, but
unbelievable. The fact that it's like a future movie.
Says the guy who likes lightsabers and,
yeah,
and the Force.
I was like, okay, all right, that's cool.
It's too. I guess it's too like it could happen, but like how. Like lightsaber is probably never going to happen. The Force probably never going to happen. But this stuff is more likely to. But how did a robot?
Well, that's an interesting way to look at this movie because I don't watch it that way. So
I know, and it's like I thought it was grungy and kind of like the first one I liked a lot. This one I thought it was weirder.
Yeah. Okay.
Especially Jared Leto's character.
I can understand that.
Jared Leto's character, whoever he is.
So, all right, I feel like he is the weakest part of this movie.
He's a robot, right?
No, he's human, and he's an asshole. Yeah. So Jared Leto, 30 Seconds to Mars. I don't know. He's kind of he's a big asshole in this movie. But so got him in there alongside Ryan the Goose Gosling. And then Harrison Ford and Bautista.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm happy that he's finding success with movies.
I thought that scene at his house was awesome. Like,
yeah, that was real, a really good intro.
Yeah, it felt so real. I still look at Ryan Gosling and like, you are a robot. Like, he's a robot for real.
Right. Yeah. Emotion.
Yeah. It just looks
what is emotion?
Yeah. Can't compute.
And I like how, unlike with the first Blade Runner, like they straight up tell you that like the guy you're following, the protagonist, is like he's a replicant. So they're like, oh yeah. He's gonna fight Bautista. He's obviously gonna get his ass kicked, but no, he's not. He's gonna put him through a wall. So
because he's one.
Yeah, he is one. But so really like this movie. It's kind of like old Hollywood a little bit. Whereas it's not like super up like breakneck pace the whole time. It's kind of a slow burn movie. It really likes to take its time with its quiet moments, I think.
It's a pretty long movie, like. Too.
It's definitely not a brief, like, it takes its time.
Yeah.
But I think they do a really good job of, like, setting up, like, atmosphere, the world, and I like how it's, it definitely has, like, its moments where it's, like, there's action and stuff, but it's like, it's a quiet movie. Like, I don't know if it has to do with the fact that Ryan Gosling's character is pretty quiet for the most part, but I don't know. They deal with a lot of I don't know. They're like toying around with like a lot of interesting themes in there, and like, what does it mean to be human? Like, I may not be human, but maybe I'm more human than a human is because things and reasons.
That's what I'm talking about. Like, no.
You don't. That didn't work for you in that movie.
It's just like someone out there programmed you.
Mm-hmm.
And I keep going back to Westworld because it reminds me a lot of Westworld. And it's like and Westworld kind of does, I would say, a lazy job of like, oh, it's just a narrative. And this one is just like, how can you say you're a human when you don't understand that? Like, you have AI probably that lets you think and understand things, but a human knows what it's like to be human. It's like, we don't know what it's like to be a bird.
Well, exactly. But I don't know. I think it's not necessarily like if you're human or not. I think it kind of asks like, what does it mean to be
human?
Yeah,
no, I understand that too. Yeah. I agree with you because it's more like, is human being born and being grown and experience, or is it just, hey, what experiences build you up to be who you are?
Like, I mean, I still hate the character, but like Jared Leto's character contrasting Ryan Gosling's character, he's human, but like he's kind of like soulless, emotionless. He just like,
I don't think he
has objectives and does things. He's definitely human with his weird flying pod eyes and whatever. I don't know. He's odd. And then like, I think a lot of fans were happy that they still didn't like spell out whether Harrison Ford's character was human or not.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, well, there's a lot of mystery surrounding all that, and then like the whole, I guess, catalyst for the plot in that movie was they're trying to find this maybe not replicant that was born at one point, and they're like, oh, it's weird. Yeah. we need to find reverse engineer that because it was like it's dead technology now, kind of thing.
Yeah,
but
it's a good noir
cool
film though. I like the noir.
Yeah, between this and the first one. I mean, I definitely like that aspect of the first one, and I feel like it was like a new team working on this one. I feel like it was pretty faithful to the world, but it did something different. So,
yeah. I'm not saying it's a bad movie. When it comes to AI stuff, I always question it a lot more than fantasy. Mm-hmm. Just because we're, in 100 years, we might be on the verge of it.
Okay. Well, David, it's totally fine to disagree with
It's not
things.
all about you, David.
It's not. It's just, this was my opinion. I was like, this is a movie I like. Maybe you don't like it. I know David doesn't like it, but...
It's not a bad movie. I watch it. Ryan Gosling, it's just, I can't take him serious.
I like Ryan Gosling and stuff. He's pretty good.
I don't even remember.
Handsome.
And he's handsome.
And he's handsome.
What a handsome boy.
Okay, but yeah, Blade Runner, and it kind of has a lot in common with my next pick, but I'll wait. So,
or do you want to go next again?
No, it's your turn, Betty. I want to hear more about not Star Wars.
All right, so episode 2, Star Wars Attack of the Clones.
Oh my god! If you just rattle through a bunch of Star Wars movies, I'm gonna punch you. I'm gonna punch you through the internet right now.
No, but I'll talk about the one that I may think it's hard to pick between my favorite movies, but this one is up there.
Is it?
It is, and arguably within the last 10 years, the greatest sequel, The Dark Knight.
No. Okay. All right. I feel like a lot of people aren't going to fight you on this one. So.
Yeah, and I will say it, there's no argument. It's the best superhero movie of all time.
Arguably. Highly contested best superhero movie of all time. I will say, in terms of quality, it's my favorite. I will not say that it is the most important superhero movie of all time, but it's definitely it's very, 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 very good. Top tier quality level.
It's Nolan, dude. It's his Ninth Symphony.
Until his next Ninth Symphony.
Which apparently might be that next Time movie he's coming up with.
10 yay.
Yeah. Anyways, but Dark Knight. Christopher Nolan, Christian Bale, Michael Caine, and God bless him, Heath Ledger. I watched the trailer for this, and it wasn't really, actually, it was more like a teaser. Trailer.
I remember
in the movie,
that
and it was
much higher.
It was the Joker, he was just talking, and I was like, "Wow, this looks cool," but who the fuck is this guy? Who the fuck is the Joker? And then it shows the names, a couple names, and Christopher Nolan afterwards, and my mom's like, "Oh, it's Heath Ledger." I'm like, "What the fuck? Where has he been?"
Guy. Yeah,
10 things I hate about you. Holy shit!
Knight's Tale.
And then Hans Zimmer, just
with his signature style for the score.
It just always suspenseful. Always suspenseful.
Yeah. Just driving every single piece he writes for those movies. It's just
so good. Everything about that movie is so fucking good. Just great story. Christian Bale has took Batman to the next level.
I feel like he doesn't get enough credit for those movies, but he carries a lot of weight for that trilogy. So
he's such a good actor because he's able to, because he is Batman and he's also Bruce Wayne in the movie, and he does a good job being both.
He's definitely. I'll say he's definitely, of all the people that have portrayed him on film, I'll say he's my favorite Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
For sure. He really nails that playboy kind of just guy.
Yeah.
But he's really, really good as Batman too. So
Yeah, so I can talk about Christian Bale all day, but really it was Heath Ledger that made this movie go over. It was so relevant because the Joker has always been the anti-Batman. His only goal is to defeat Batman and to make Batman break his one rule. And Nolan did a good job because he brought in what today, or at that time, kind of what was a problem in society and how they portrayed Joker maybe as a former war veteran. I thought that was
suspected.
Yeah, I mean,
potential service guy. So.
Yeah, potential. Hopefully, that would, because that's just a great background.
That's a interesting theory that they have out there. What I think,
and especially because he says it like, a truck full of soldiers blows up, no one bats an eye. And he's always pushing. I mean, even like right now, what we're doing right now with coronavirus, everyone's fucking insane, buying up all the toilet paper, all the napkins, just like for no reason, like it's not needed. I don't know what's the point of that. Just buy what you need.
Shit your pants,
or just shit in the fucking tub and wash your asshole afterwards.
Right. Just as an aside, like. Not that I ever really gave much thought to if a pandemic broke out like that, but I feel like people didn't react correctly. I'm that would not have been my first thought, is to just hoard all the toilet paper. I would have been probably food first, but all right, I don't know, just what I thought. Anyway, back to your
But that's what he's the insanity of what society is capable of doing. He's pushing people to do the things that they wouldn't do, but to prove a point that that everyone's kind of fucked up at the end. And also he won, I think an Academy,
posthumously
for best supporting actor. Which
a lot of accolades, a lot of awards.
Yeah. And also we got Two-Face, that was cool. It's very, most of the time when there's so many bad guys, it's just who's who, or so much going on, or the bad guys. It's just and this one, just two major bad guys for Batman, and they were able to pull it off because they, as much as Joker was using Harvey still wants to do what he wants to do. Joker was just using it as an advantage.
But definitely can't argue that is a very good pick. So,
I love that movie.
Cool, Betty.
Cool. Yeah.
You got any more words about it, or?
I confirm he did win the Academy Award after he died. Also, just him being taking the whole role of the Joker to the a breaking point, obviously. Yeah, too bad he passed away.
Yeah, I would have loved to have seen more from him.
Yeah, I love the idea of number 3.
But you mean the 3 before they made
him
3?
Him being there. I think the plan was him to be in the courtroom or something.
Instead of the Scarecrow?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I remember reading that too. Oh, that would have been interesting.
Yeah, that would have been cool. I mean, I don't think he would have done that as the Joker. But yeah. Okay, go ahead.
Don't know. So my number 3 kind of has a lot in common with my last pick, but it is a long gestating sequel. But I picked Dr. Sleep. I'd mentioned it before.
That the recent one of the previous episodes that just came out?
Yeah, from 2019. This past year. Now I'm guessing you probably haven't seen this one.
No, I did bring it up to you though. Before you saw it, I think. I was like, "Oh, that Dr. Sleep's coming out."
Yeah, and I'd mentioned it. I don't know if it was the first episode or not, but I did. I had brought it up before. But very, very, very good movie. Directed by Mike Flanagan, who I think the first thing I seen that he worked on was Oculus. If you've seen that one, I wouldn't be surprised if you didn't. It's like Haunted Mirror kind of thing. But he also did more recently that Haunting of Hill House.
Oh yeah, everyone's overly insane about that movie
Yeah, that is it's not a
or
movie.
that show.
It's
The show
a
Netflix.
series. Yeah.
It's Netflix,
But
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
But so he took a lot of stuff that he learned on that show and he brought it into this. So Doctor Sleep, for those not in the know, is a sequel to Stanley Kubrick's The Shining, and it only took 39 years. So yeah, that was a long time. And I know a lot of people probably didn't have high hopes for this movie because I would say a large majority of people hold that first movie in such high regard that they're like, it's one of those, oh, don't ever touch it, it's perfect kind of situations, because that's like a staple of the horror genre. But
But that being said, Stephen King wrote this. This is a sequel.
So
The book has a sequel already.
the original book for The Shining, written by Stephen King, has a sequel, also called Doctor Sleep. But so the Stanley Kubrick original movie took a lot of liberties with the source material, so it's almost a completely different thing from the original book. And I guess before this movie went into production, side note, Stephen King famously does not like that movie, and he went on to go ahead and make his own version of that movie, which much less good. It's not. I don't know if you've ever seen it, but it's not. I wouldn't recommend it. But yeah. So Mike Flanagan, the director, kind of pulled Stephen King aside before this movie went into production and said, "Hey, I know this is based off of your book, but more people are familiar with that original movie." So he's like, I think it would be best if we incorporated elements of both and made this more of a sequel in line with that. And he's like, you know what? I'm assuming that this went over well because the movie did end up getting made, and that's kind of what they did. But I'm guessing he was all right with it. He understood. But yeah, really good. Starring Ewan McGregor, Rebecca Ferguson, Cliff Curtis of Avatar fame.
Curtis.
Not Avatar, The Last Airbender.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's not a good poll. But it's really cool. I like so whereas the original was like a haunted house kind of movie that dealt with I don't know, a lot of stuff to do with like alcoholism and abuse. It's just this new one, they kind of did a spin on it, whereas it still deals with like alcoholism and like it's like a legacy film. So it's kind of I don't want to spoil anything for it because
it's so new.
Because it's so new. All I want to say is it's a bit of a slow burn, kind of like Blade Runner is, but it's very atmospheric, and like they do a good job building the characters and like the situations they have to go through. But it's like, I don't know, I can't give it enough praise. I really like this movie.
Awesome, because not a lot of people like this movie.
It's I got a soft spot for it. I really like it.
Yeah,
and I'm a big fan of the cast and that director. But yeah, he definitely had his work cut out with him trying to make a sequel to that movie. So,
well, yeah, The Shining's,
yeah,
can't.
Mm-hmm. I would say it's not better, but I appreciate that they did something different, and the fact that it was good at all, surprising. And I also like that he recreated a lot of the sets from that original movie, like to the finer detail. With I guess he went to Kubrick's estate for like the blueprints, and they forked him over, and he's like, "All right, cool, we're gonna make this super accurate."
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool. And I don't know if people know this, but it's about Danny.
So Danny, the child character from The Shining, grows up, and he's kind of dealing with the fallout of what happened at the Overlook Hotel. And meanwhile, there's this new threat that kind of rears its head, and he has to deal with that at some point. So
cool. That's all you have to say.
It's all I'm gonna say. It's really good. Go watch it if you haven't.
All right.
Good.
My turn.
Okay, buddy.
Oh
my God.
This is another movie. All these movies I think are great.
Like, let me just sit up in my chair a little bit.
All these sequels I have said are great sequels to good starts, and this one's is no different. I think a lot of people would agree, but I think also people would disagree that the first one was better. But I like this one a lot better. Terminator 2: Judgment Day.
Dun 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 dun. Another James Cameron movie.
Dun 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 dun. Terminator 2, starring Arnold, the Governor, Schwarzenegger, Linda Hamilton.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a future, John Connor is born. He's a bad seed because, well, he's got some issues. Also, Sarah Connor has some issues too because no one believes her. What happened?
Because she survived the first movie. So why wouldn't she?
No one believes her, and she's insane. But yeah, it's about. Give me a second. I am hearing audio from somewhere else. Sorry about that. So yeah, this is in the first one. There's a Terminator sent to kill Sarah Connor before John Connor is born. John Connor is the savior of the human race against the machines, Skynet. The humans made this security blanket, and the security blanket is like, no,
wrapped too tightly.
Humans need to be destroyed for the planet. Mm-hmm. They are the threat. So they send a Terminator, at that time, Arnold, to the past to kill Sarah Connor, and the humans also send Kyle Reese to the past to save her. Time loophole. Kyle Reese is John Connor's father. And then we see that in Terminator 2 where John Connor is older and then
actually born.
Yeah.
He's around.
Skynet again sends another Terminator, a better version though, the T-1000. He's liquid. All liquid. And the human race at this point is able to capture a Terminator and reprogram it to protect John Connor. And again, it's Arnold. Super good story. I loved every part about it. Especially all like the robotic stuff at the time. Just even now, it still looks pretty good.
Yeah, that's amazing that those effects hold up as well as they do.
Or when he's like rips off his arm to show the.
Oh yeah.
And it's an actual animatronic robot arm that looks pretty cool.
Listen to me very carefully.
Show them.
Yeah. No, it's good. It's really, really, really good. Another one I don't think anyone would argue with you on. So.
I mean, I've heard people like the first one a lot better. The first one's not bad. I'm not saying the first one's bad. I'm just saying
it's a really good standalone movie.
The story was so good in this one, and having John Connor alive and having Arnold switch sides. Yeah.
Yeah. I would say so. Like this does a really good job of expanding on stuff from the first one, and kind of flipping stuff around. So like I remember what was it? Some of like I feel like they spoiled the twist a little bit in some of the trailers where Arnold, that like you weren't sure if he was going to be a good guy or not. Everyone thought he would be the bad guy again, but oh, surprise, surprise, he's the protector in this movie. But yeah, it's good. It's really good.
Yeah, I liked it a lot. And very kind of 90s, late 80s vibe to it too.
Well, I mean, just look at the the people in it.
Yeah,
like it screams 90s. All I see is like plaid shirts wrapped around waists, lots of gel,
fanny packs, and trucker hats.
Real ill-fitting pants, unless you're Arnold.
Yeah. Oh, it's a good movie. I liked his part in it, and you get to the point where John's treating him more like a human, and he like when Arnold kills himself, like John's crying, saying no, no.
I was like, actually, he doesn't kill himself. He's not allowed to self-terminate.
Yeah, he can't self-terminate. Okay, but he knows. He grabs the chain, and he knows he's gonna die. So yeah, he kills himself.
Basically, it's an assisted suicide. So
yeah,
it's fine. But yeah, really good.
Yeah, that's what, my third one. Yeah, my third one.
What do you want? Do you want horror or action?
Action.
Action. Okay, so my next pick was Rush Hour 2 from 2001.
Ooh.
Yeah, I was skimming through stuff, and I was racking my brain thinking of sequels, and then I was like, I can't tell you how many lists I was looking through, but then this one popped up, and I was like, oh yeah, I forgot I love that movie.
That's a good movie. I don't know if it's better than Rush Hour 1.
That wasn't how I was thinking of it. It was another one that I just thought lived up to expectation.
I think it did.
Yeah, so Rush Hour 2, 2001, directed by Brett Ratner, which, yikes, he's a Me Too guy, but
fuck that guy.
But yeah, but I can look at the art objectively. But Jackie Chan, Chris Tucker returning for another goofy ass, huh?
Who?
Chris Tucker?
Who?
Chris Tucker. Jackie, kick the door. Oh, okay, Chris Tucker. All the outtakes. Dumb. I love that about Jackie Chan movies. He always puts like outtakes at the end of everything. But yeah, Jackie Chan, Chris Tucker reprising their roles from Rush Hour 1, because of course it'd be weird if they played someone different.
Yeah, in the same movie.
Yeah, but they're what's some of the plot? They leave America. They're in Hong Kong on vacation, but then they kind of get wrapped up into this counterfeiting
Some
thing.
triad shit.
Yeah. From Ricky Tan.
Ricky Tan.
But yeah, no, really like that movie. A lot of stellar action, good comedic beats. It's just a fun movie. I like it because it's a fun movie.
It is fun. It's super fun. It was just as fun as the first one.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I don't know. I don't really know what else to say about it other than go watch it if you haven't. It's been out for a really long time, so it's crazy if you haven't. But it's one of Jackie's good ones. So
the first one's good. This one's good.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking.
And I was gonna say, this is about the only thing I know Chris Tucker from outside of the Friday movies and The Fifth Element
and the other two Rush Hour movies.
Yeah, it's just the Rush Hour movies in general. I'm like, I just know him from this stuff. So.
And looking at notes, this had a budget of $90 million, and it
made
$347 million.
Is that like total gross, or was that like opening weekend?
That just says box office, so I'm sure it's still making from.
Interesting. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
What is it good for?
That's a good buddy cop action movie.
This is the one where he does
that doesn't have a white person in it or a white lead.
Yeah. There's not enough of that. There should be more of that in a mainstream American movie.
Yeah, like a Mexican Filipino buddy cop movie.
I was gonna say, like, I gotta say, I hate movies that have agendas. Just make it seamless if you're gonna do something like that.
And they did. Yeah. Like rando Jackie Chan.
It doesn't feel manufactured in the way that some movies that try to do this.
Also, the name has really nothing to do with
at this
movie.
Point. It made a little sense in the first movie.
Well, it just said
the little girl got kidnapped during.
Well, that's just because he says it's Rush Hour.
Yeah.
Like that
name drop, man. That's classic.
That's it. No, but it's hey, what's the problem up there? Nothing. Just Rush Hour. Like that's not name dropping. That's explaining that LA sucks for traffic.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Like, that was probably the last. I could probably think of a few instances since, but that was one of the last instances where I've heard like a movie title drop said in a movie, which I did not immediately cringe at. So, like, probably because it was followed immediately by like an action beat, because he just shoots those guys in that car. So I'm like,
sorry,
okay,
it's rush hour.
It's rush hour. I was like,
first
it's a good
minute.
scene. Yeah,
First 2 minutes.
it was good when that little girl was like singing along to the radio.
What was the song?
It was I think, wasn't it like a Mariah Carey song?
Oh,
or
it was
something?
Mariah Carey. No, no, no.
It was yeah. Yeah. That was good.
And she's all into it, dude.
Yeah, that was so. I'm like, oh, that's perfect, pitch perfect.
Rush hour,
but
blow his head off.
But Rush Hour 2, yeah, more of the same. Really like it. They don't have to set up the characters so much in this one, so you really just get to really like just be there with them. So
and not to say that it's just Rush Hour 1 but flipped.
it's not. It's
but it kind of is, because it's just
it kind of is. It's yeah. Yeah, it's like a fish out of water,
Yeah,
but they just
the same
plop
way,
the
but
other fish in another body of water.
It's still a funny movie, like Detective Who? Detective You? Detective You died? No, you. No one understands what you're saying.
I was like, hold on, that's Rush Hour 3. Where they're doing the you and me bit. Yeah.
No, when he dies, he's like,
me.
well, we thought you died, because he blows up. He thinks he blows up in the precinct while on the boat. Oh, Detective You? Yeah, bro.
Is it this one? I got to rewatch it. I haven't seen it recently.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, because they think the bomb, that lady puts the bomb in the precinct where he thought Carter was, and he blows up, and then he goes in his car and he listens to that song and he does the head swaying.
Oh my gosh. Okay, yeah, I just got to rewatch it. But
it's a good movie. Good pick, dude. Surprise pick.
Surprise pick. I didn't. Like I
they
broke it
end up-
down.
Don't they end up in Vegas?
No.
Is that one?
No. I always want to go to see Madison Square Garden. Yeah. That's where they went.
You know
Because
what?
in the third one they go to Paris.
What I really like about the first one is in Vegas, right?
No, the first one's in
LA to Vegas.
Is it LA? No, it's just in LA.
No, the casino.
What casino?
The Dragon Casino, how they're laundering all the money.
This is in Rush Hour 2.
I'm
It's
talking
not
about
Vegas.
Rush Hour 1.
No, the casino, the thing you're thinking of is Rush Hour 2.
Oh, yeah. Okay, then I was right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think it's in Vegas. Is it in Vegas? I
Yeah,
can't
it's
remember.
Vegas. They're in the sewers, and then they go into the what's that fucking, the Caesar's Palace Casino, the mall, and the guy's like flirting with him. I think he likes you.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. No, I remember that. Okay.
And then when in the outtakes, the guy falls out of the building, and he's like, "Damn, he's not gonna be in Rush Hour 3."
Yeah, go to Rush Hour 3. Stupid. Yeah, but I don't know. When I was picking this one, I know there's obvious picks. I wanted to pick something just maybe people forgot about.
That I did. Damn, that's a good movie.
Look at that. Well, bam. I got you. All right, buddy.
Wow.
Number 4 for you then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What it is for good for.
Wow. I'm not. Okay.
Okay, so this one, some people may argue that it is not a sequel, but it is.
Are you sure? Because if it's not, you're wasting everybody's time.
It is a sequel.
Is it like
The Wolverine.
Oh, I mean, yeah. I don't know. It's kind of a standalone.
Most people forget, or forcibly forget, about the terrible, terrible movie that is X-Men Origins Wolverine.
I was gonna say it's funny because like this movie, I feel like you don't even need to have seen the first one to really get. I mean, you have to see the old X-Men movies.
I think it just stands as it's a second movie just about Wolverine.
Right. It's not like right.
According to the wiki, it's a standalone sequel to it. So
right. Like I feel like this is like you could have started here. You didn't need that Origins movie.
If they did a good one, then started the good one, but they didn't.
Well, this is a good pick. I feel like a lot of people kind of Forget about this one,
They
especially
gloss
since,
over it.
yeah,
It was
especially
in the
with
middle
the-
of like really bad movies.
No, it was so in terms of like the standalone Wolverine stuff, it was in between a really bad movie and then a really, really good movie that a lot of people really liked. So this one's kind of in the middle and everyone just overlooks it.
Are you talking about Logan?
I am talking about Logan.
I like Logan. I like this one better, actually.
That's fine. I like both of these movies.
I like
They
the
do very different
Japanese style
things.
because the Japanese story arc in X-Men is super important to Wolverine, the character, because he actually, falls in love, forgets about Jean,
I mean, this.
gets another girl pregnant, has, an offspring.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, it's not like this movie doesn't take a lot from the comics directly with the whole Silver Samurai plot and all that stuff. So
It does. That Silver Samurai scene is pretty fucking cool, though.
Mm-hmm.
And it's very traditional, like the Japanese, very traditional. I feel like the art and the just kind of how they build the rooms and the buildings, and then like that final onslaught against that tower in the snow looks really good.
and I like how they use Wolverine in this movie. Like they're like, oh, what's the one thing that he has working for him outside of just like his berserker rage and all that stuff? Like, well, he's got a healing factor. Like, well, let's just take that out.
Yeah,
and then
they made
I don't know.
him. They made him a little bit more human.
Yeah, they raised the stakes for him because they're like, oh, he can die now. Which
Yeah, I
felt
like that a lot too.
that
I
added
like
a bit.
and I that other girl in there,
Which one?
Hiroyuki Sanada. No,
Oh,
that's the guy. That's the guy. That's the dad. That's the
one,
dad.
the one he gets in that duel with. That's not
Yeah.
in the samurai suit.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah, no, that was pretty cool. I liked at that point, like his powers are starting to come back, and they get in that duel. And he's like, "Oh, normally
Also,
I probably
like
would have got you, but
That guy just plays all the Japanese people in Hollywood now, but he's so good at it. He just looks so serious. Like I just rewatched Endgame the other day,
And he's in it.
He's
He's
in
like-
it, and he's
yeah.
just playing like this Japanese guy.
It's like
I was like, so good.
yeah, he could have been the same character were it not for the fact that he died in both instances. But no, he's good. He's a good actor. There's a lot of good
It's a
foreign
good
talent
cast,
on
yeah.
display.
It's a good
Yeah.
cast, and it for the most part, it's not like a fun X-Men movie. It's more serious, and there's a lot of killing.
Yeah, and
And-
he's kind of got like a PTSD situation going on in this one, especially.
Yeah,
know.
he's still.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm guessing at this point in time, it's like Last Stand is fresh in his mind. So.
Yeah, at the start of the movie, he's in Alaska trying to forget all that.
Yeah,
and drink himself to death, and just be
Just,
a homeless wildman.
just wrecking bear hunters.
Yeah, fuck
Yeah.
that guy.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
You poisoned him, and then he killed a bunch of people.
And I thought it was kind of goofy, but the fact that like what was his sidekick, the chick?
The Asian chick.
No, not the main Asian chick, not Asian, not his love interest in the movie, the other
Yeah,
one.
the other Asian one.
Yeah, I forget her name. What's that character's name? Something short. It's like a syllable or two.
Yeah. I'm looking.
Anyway, but like she's like, oh, I seen your future. You're gonna die with your heart in your hands.
she has immune. Yeah.
Yeah, but then I like how if you like flash forward, watch
To
Logan.
Logan.
Yeah, and look at how he actually dies. He's like
Yeah.
he gets impaled on a tree, but then he's like holding his would-be daughter's hand, and he's like, oh, and then he dies. I was like, oh, okay,
That
so,
was
that's kind of
like
true.
the fucking
Yeah.
best.
That was a
fucking moment.
tearjerker.
Yeah. Everyone was like, "Wait a second."
Like, it's like what she said, but like
Yeah.
like more metaphorical.
It was Yukio.
Yeah. I was like, I knew it was something like that.
But yeah, no, because if people don't know me, I don't like going to the movies right away when the movie comes out. At all.
I don't know you.
Like I hate going to the movies, but I had to look up this movie because I wanted to see it, and I just kind of read like the cliff notes about it, and I was like, oh my god! And then someone did this thing when Logan came out. They said, oh, that fortune teller was totally right. He did die with So I like that.
Yeah, that was a nice callback from that movie to this one. But
And because they were both good movies, you don't
Yeah.
call back X-Men Origins because that movie sucked.
I mean, they kind of do a little bit at times, but yeah. But no, this one's good. Very, very. I keep saying good all the
I
time.
like
I
the
gotta change
Japanese
my
part
words.
about it too.
Yeah,
like
'cause we're
very,
weebs.
very- yeah, I guess so. Doesn't matter. It's
Kinda
our
weebish.
our fucking podcast. We can do whatever we fucking
That's
want.
fine. But it's a really good movie. Yeah, and like they pull a lot of scenes in the movie are just like ripped straight from like comic book pages. Like where he's
Yeah.
like he's like arrowed up like all over the place between all the ninjas and stuff and the snowy village, all that stuff like that. That's like frames from a comic book. Exactly. It's cool.
Good movie. I liked
Yeah.
it. I liked it. Mike will watch it now.
Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't mind watching that. Okay, are we on our last ones?
Go for your last one.
Go for my last one. Okay. So this one, I will say this is probably like in my top. I would say 5. I'll say 10, just to give myself more wiggle room. But
Top 10 movies of all time or sequels?
probably like because I don't know. For me, I don't generally pick favorites. It's like I really like a movie, and then I just go from there. But I like legit like this movie a lot because it hits on a lot of weird niche specific things that I am interested in. So it's like a hand tailored movie for me. But Evil Dead 2,
Ooh.
Dead by Dawn. And I know when we were like brainstorming for this, David
said
was
Evil
playing
Dead
around
3.
with the third movie, which is another movie which very, very high on my list. But I feel like this movie is like it really epitomizes what this franchise is about because it's like
Let me
the sweet
just
spot.
say one thing.
Go for
that movie is amazing. The first one's amazing. The third one, the whole franchise is fucking awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's all I want to say.
That's it. I felt like there was a but in there.
No, there's
No?
no but. No, it's fucking awesome. And the second one for me, I agree with you. It does it for me more than the first one because it does encapsulate the whole franchise. It's like horror, actiony, and then just like cheesy one-liners.
Right.
And,
I feel like
and just overly ridiculous movie because it's a movie. It can be.
It just encapsulates all this like all the stuff that the franchise is like known for, like but like just kind of like all meshed together into like one just like
It's
good representation of what
yeah.
the thing is. But
Agree.
yeah. So Evil Dead 2 from 1987, directed by Sam Raimi, starring Bruce Campbell, returning from the first movie. Bruce. I feel, man, looking back at that guy's career, I'm disappointed that he wasn't given more opportunities to do things because he was like grade A leading man material. I thought
He's got the
funny.
chisel chin.
Yeah,
he's funny.
he's definitely got the look. Yeah,
Yeah.
super charismatic. So like when he always just turned into like an it guy for me. Whenever I seen him in something, it always just kind of bumped whatever I was watching up like a notch for me. I was like, oh, okay, this went from being an okay movie to a great movie. Even for movies that weren't that great, like Congo and
Congo was good.
don't say that.
Congo was
Amy.
so good.
Amy. But yeah, I love that. So a big misconception about this movie. A lot of people seem to think that this is a remake of Evil Dead 1, which is not true. It's a sequel because so in between the first and second movie, Sam Raimi actually lost the rights to the first film. So to circumvent that, he reshot bits of the first one to act as like a recap sequence / prologue,
yeah.
which is why like they kind of touch on some of the stuff from the first movie, but there are slight differences here and there. But yeah, it's cool because like the way it starts, it's like I feel like it's straight horror from the get-go, but then like there's like a real sudden shift, and then it kind of like balances between like horror and comedy. It's a black comedy at points. So
yeah. And
yeah.
that's my favorite part because like the ridiculous part is the funny part, but it's just like, oh, this person's get really fucking killed.
Yeah, like I don't know, just like the philosophy behind the movie, like I'm just fascinated with because it's dancing on a tightrope. It's like, oh yeah, it's like I don't know, could fall either side, horror, comedy, don't know. But
yeah, I would agree. At the time, it could have been like the whole downfall. We could have not gotten number 3.
Yeah,
if this movie wasn't as how should I say this without because I'm sure it wasn't a good movie back then.
This was I would say it was a moderate success. I wouldn't say it was like amazing reception at the time, but
which is I'm surprised that we got 3 either way.
Yeah.
But 1 was great. Mm-hmm. 1 is, there are literally thousands of people that are a little cult of this. Like I know random people that are like Evil Dead, Ash from Evil. Like they love this movie because of the horror part, but the ridiculousness of number 2. Oh, and his one-liners just get even more crazy. He just becomes it's like the fourth wall. He knows he's the it guy.
Yeah.
And he just kind of like makes it.
Yeah. I love when like the point in the movie where he just kind of like has his mental breakdown where he's like it's just him. He's sitting in the middle and then he's like looking every which way and then like, like stuff just starts creaking and moaning and then like it's like the deer head mounted on the wall just looks at him and then he's having that my favorite little quiet. I mean, it's not a major moment or anything, but when like he's just losing it, and then like he's like having that goofy ass dance with the lamp.
Yeah,
I'm like, that's like I don't know what it is about that scene. It's like a nothing scene, but it's like one of my favorite character moments. I'm like, that dude, he's hilarious.
That's a good fucking pick, man. Goddamn.
Yeah. And then it's like the way it ends. It's like borderline like a superhero origin movie too, because he's like by the end of it he's like built up, he's like oh yeah, I'm like Superman, I got a chainsaw arm, I could do anything, I've got my sawed-off shotgun, I'm just gonna kick a lot of ass.
I like how in the first one it's like horror haunted house,
right?
Second one is like deeper into that horror haunted house.
Yeah.
Third one is the book that caused this horror haunted house. And it's just a good plot to follow. The third one's amazing. I it's hard for me to pick. I just like the medieval spec because it's so ridiculous.
Right.
It goes back in time or in the future. We don't know, actually.
Well, yeah. I don't know. I could have picked any movie from that franchise and I would have been fine.
Oh,
but
it's a great franchise.
Yeah.
Great franchise. God damn, that's a good one. Good one, dude. Damn.
Thanks, man.
Well, now mine's not that good. My last pick.
Of course it's gonna be good. Take it away.
Okay, so this is in one of my top 10 movies for sure.
For sure.
For sure.
Okay. All right. Let's hear it.
The first one was great because it was the reboot of a very well-known franchise. But the second one, for me, did it more because how they introduced an old villain in a new way. And this is Star Trek Into Darkness.
Oh. Okay.
By JJ. JJ.
J. Abrams. J. Abrams. J. Abrams.
Yeah, great cast. Great cast. Benedict Cumberbatch, Simon Pegg, Chris Pine, Zachary Quintino.
I like the order you listed them in. Like, you went villain first, and then secondary, and then lead.
Simon Pegg is the most important character in that fucking series.
He's pretty great. He commits.
Zachary plays a great Spock. Chris Pine, does a great job.
Wow.
Ms. Zoe.
Ringing endorsement.
Carl Urban is a fucking
Love.
I know. Between
Carl
me
Urban.
and Sam, Carl Urban is our fucking hero.
He's the shit.
And he needs more fucking lead roles now.
He's like Bruce Campbell for me. Like, I love him in everything I see him in.
Priest.
He's
people
awesome.
have never heard of that movie. I'm like, go watch it.
I was like, Priest is like what my favorite, just like out of context scene in it when he's like doing that weird chaos, like conducting thing.
Yeah.
Where there's that big raid going on. But yeah.
And then, bless him, Anton, not with us anymore.
Anton Yelchin.
Yeah. Died tragically. Put your e-brakes on, ladies and gentlemen.
Among other things.
But Into Darkness, I think, because, I mean, this movie's been out and off. Benedict Cumberbatch plays Khan. Fucking one of the most hardcore Star Trek villains of all time, because he never loses the first time. So you know something's gonna fucking happen. Mm-hmm. But they did such a good job intertwining this old story that we know Khan from old Star Trek as a new version of Khan, and Benedict played such a good villain, man. Mm. Such a good villain, such a superior race. I loved it. And Chris Pine too, dude. Bravo, dude. This guy played such a good James T. Kirk the entire time too. Mm-hmm. The first one was good. I liked the introduction. Hemsworth being his dad was also hilarious. Mm-hmm. But the second one, having Khan and going to Earth, and this movie does it for me a lot. Yeah,
I liked. So I know, like in the original Star Trek too, like that, you know, Khan and his people, they're all built up to be like genetically just
superior,
like predisposed, genetically enhanced, whatever, manufactured. I forget the particulars, but yeah, they're built up to be like Supermen. And then I like that in this movie they kind of emphasize those key aspects of that character, and I like that he kind of served as like a foil to both I'll say Kirk and to Spock, because he's like, oh yeah, I'll match the bravado and commitment to action that Kirk has. Well, whereas I'll also have like serve as like an intellectual, just like match up against Spock, which I love like mental show off kind of things in media. So it's a big point of interest for me. But no, he was a great villain in that movie.
Great villain, great movie. I just like, and then what's his fucking name from RoboCop?
Oh, Weller, Peter Weller.
Peter Weller's in it, playing the bad guy, and
okay, that's a weird point for me. It's like, oh, I've got the Enterprise 2.0. It's bigger.
It's not the Enterprise 2.0. It's a militarized starship, dude.
I know the Enterprise is for just travel and exploration. He has a war vessel.
He has a militarized spaceship. It's way different. I love. Here's my favorite part. It's the sound his ship makes in like light speed. And it's just like a low rumble with like a V8 engine. Mm-hmm. And I love that he catches up to them and then fires upon them. Mm-hmm. And they're like, what? Mm-hmm. I love
and then,
every part of that movie.
Yeah, there's really good action set pieces in there. Like
good action.
What's my favorite bit? The jump. Where they have to jump from their ship to, like, it's that orbital jump that they do. It's like, that's
from
insane.
Ship to ship, yeah.
Yeah, that looked like something out of like
Simon Pegg's character is like, he's like, and the guy's like, who's on that phone? He's like, oh, I don't know. What are you talking about?
Yeah, exactly. No, that's nuts. There's like, and I know, immediately after release, that movie was kind of divisive. It was kind of like people liked it or they didn't, but I'll say that I definitely liked it a lot.
I liked that movie a lot. I was like, when like Sam said, we were doing a little pre-production for this and, sending list over, I was talking it with Isabel, like, sequels. And then so I think we were on like Netflix or something. And then the first Star Trek popped in, I was like, oh my God, Into the Darkness was a great sequel. And I got so obsessed over it.
Good pick.
Oh,
I don't know why you thought that would be a bad one to end on. That was
I
really
think
good.
some people would say the first one's better just because they had, oh God, I forget his name.
Bana. Banya.
What?
Eric Banya. Bana.
Who's
Eric Bana? He's the Romulan guy. Nero. The villain.
Oh yeah, it was Eric Bana, huh?
Yeah.
No, there was God, I'm forgetting another one.
Nimoy. Leonard Nimoy.
Yes,
as actual
Leonard
Spock.
Nimoy. Yes, yeah.
Well, he was in this one too.
Yeah, a bit.
To kind of deliver these like, oh,
Yeah.
it's that guy. Here's how you
At
beat him.
the end.
Yeah. Yeah, but no.
I
Into
know
Darkness.
I'm not supposed to contact you, but have you ever faced someone named Khan? Motherfucker, sit down. Let me tell you a story.
Yeah, basically that's what that amounted to. But yeah, no, this is a good. I mean, this trilogy of movies, like between the reboot, this one, and the third one. If you haven't seen the third one, it's really.
I've
good
seen the
also.
third one. Did you like the third one?
I did like the third one.
I didn't.
You didn't?
I did not.
It felt
I know.
like-
I appreciate the courage to do an original idea, but I think they should have just picked another Star Trek villain.
Ooh, I don't. You see, I don't think I agree with you there. But I feel like that movie, in particular, the third one. I feel like I don't know. It kind of it really felt like a throwback to like original series Star Trek. Like
Yeah, because they go on the planet. Yeah, no, I agree with you.
Yeah, took a lot
I
of
would still
ideas.
watch it. I don't hate it. I just they did such a good job taking old stories and making them their own with the first two. Because the Romulans, that giant drill and then killing Spock and going back in time, like that was. No one could have just been like, oh, that's what they're going to do. And then with Khan, the same thing. No one knew that's what they were doing. Khan was helping for the first time. But then he wasn't. I thought they could have done something with an old villain or, I don't know, maybe do time travel again, but bring the other crew over, or another crew. I don't know. I did like the human aspect of Chris Pine being tired of being a captain, though. I like that a lot.
or it was just like he's like, oh, we've been doing this a long time. It's starting to wear on me.
This.
I don't know.
That felt really human because like all of us get tired of something.
Like right now.
Are you tired of this podcast?
No, I'm sure. Pulling back the curtain. Pretending we're not talking about movies for a second. I was like, I'm sure people are tired of this dumb quarantine stuff. So, stretch your legs. It's probably like in the same vein as that.
I mean, but we got probably like another month of this until we get really bad.
And then it's the rest of the year.
And then hopefully by the end of May, end of June, we're back to some normalcy. Not normalcy, but some normalcy.
All right. Now we're seating back into our podcast personas.
Star Trek
Good.
Into Darkness
Star
was
Trek.
amazing.
It's good. It's a good pick, buddy. Any other things of note?
I am good.
You're good? Okay. Well, this is definitely something I would consider coming back to because, it's definitely no shortage of movie sequels out there to talk about. So,
and maybe I'll go more like what you did with just maybe not films I like too much, but just like that expanded on the world or universe. Because all of these movies I love. All of them. Congo was a good movie too.
Okay, can we end there? I don't want to talk about Congo.
Is that the one that the monkeys kill a lot of people? There's like that white one that's really evil.
Only good things about that movie are Tim Curry and Bruce Campbell. I don't really like that movie.
Don't they set up like a laser field where their machine guns shoot the apes?
Not talking about Congo. Stop eating my sesame cake.
Thank you, Garage Brewing Company. I love your marshmallow stout, and your Hatch Chili IPA was delicious.
And thank you, Thorn, for giving me something to sip on. when I, cannot leave the house. So much appreciated.
Yeah. And stay healthy and stay safe, everyone.
Yeah.
We're going to get through this.
We'll make it, everybody, together, as a country, and other things.
As the world, because...
On our own. We'll make it
Yeah.
individually, I'm sure.
Until COVID-20. Revenge of the virus.
Fuck.
Thanks for listening, everyone.
Keep drinking, keep listening.